Hi everybody, it's Tracy here, and I finally found my cable for my camera. However, I need to get a larger tripod. And anyways, so I'm gonna have two videos tonight. One is sorry, I was trying to make it better so it's not all of me. Anyways, one is junk journal challenge from Dear Julie Julie, and basically what it is you can only use junk. You can't purchase anything for it. The only thing she allowed us to purchase was binding string and needles if we don't have them. So we could use anything that was going to be thrown away or donated to the Goodwill, but there were a few limitations, like we could only use one piece of clothing, one calendar, one magazine, a gift bag or a gift box. We could use one pen, including like a multicolor pen. I don't know if you remember those from when we were kids. We could use a sewing machine with two different colors threads. We could use an iron. We could use acrylic paint, but it could only be white acrylic paint. We could use any, like if you use binding clips to bind your book together, you could use those for after binding your book. You could use those, as well as you could use 6 elements from your stash. Like, so you could use, say, 3 eyelets and 4 paper clips, or excuse me, 3 paper clips. Obviously my math isn't very good. Or you could use 6 brads. I don't know if you could use brads, but she said 6 elements. You could use 6 inches of wire, 6 pieces of wire equaling 36 inches. And then there was items you could not use, but it literally had to be only just junk. So I had fun with this, and I have enough to make another just junk journal. Of course, the husband thought I was crazy because I literally was keeping everything. And I have enough stuff to make another one, but we only had from the 7th of January to the 30th of January. So I'm going to share with you my just junk journal. I'm going to turn it around since it's backwards and show you what I've got here. So my cover, this little sunflower here, I got it at work the other day from a coworker from our variety department, which is mostly non-food items. There are some food items, and I'm not sure what it came off of, but it was something that it came off of, and it was going to be tossed. So I just stuck that down onto a cover that my Cuttlebug, I needed the B, letter B cutting plates, and I couldn't find them, but I went to Joann's a couple weeks ago and found this box that was this size, that had, it was like a magnetic plate, but it also was for B plates, etc. Anyway, so that's what my cover is made out of, is the box. And I took some green duct tape that I had gotten a while back from Dollar Tree, because I make Dollar Tree junk journals. She said we could use any adhesive, so duct tape was one that we could use. The only adhesive we couldn't use was washi tape. So the front cover is this fluorescent green duct tape, and I have one eyelet on there. I also have one on the back right here. And then this piece here and my front piece is from a 2017 calendar. And I kept it for whatever reason. I just thought it was really cool. So that I cut that out and put that on there. And my stitching, I'm still learning, but this is my binding string. It's almost like baker's twine, but not quite. Anyways, I don't know if you can see that, but I made a little tassel with what was left over, and they are pull tabs. My husband and I just started getting into metal detecting, and so when he saw these, he's like, "Oh, you're the one who's throwing pull tabs on the ground." But honestly, it was not me. But so that's my little tassel there, and then I have it tied with the binding string, what's left of that. So we're going to open it up here, and hopefully I can get this all in the camera view. So we open it up here, and on the inside is another piece of the calendar. It says Dream there, and the back side of it says Big. That was one page. So this is Dream Big. I have 3 signatures in here. Somehow, I don't know how, but I have 3 signatures in here. So my first page is part of the calendar, and I did this backwards and didn't realize it till I had everything stuck to it just on this first one. So it says tomorrow. And then right here is the front part of it, and it says live your life like there's no tomorrow. So that's a calendar page there, and then you open it up, and on the first page is this adult coloring page. It was on the inside of a, I think it was a First magazine. I had it forever, and I was just getting ready to toss it, so I just tore that out of there. Oh, we could use one pair of scissors too, and a cutter, so we could use a straight edge cutter, and then if it came with a perforated blade we could use that as well, but I only used the straight edge. But our scissors, so say we use pinking shears, we had to use only that particular blade for scissors, pinking shears throughout the whole book, or a straight edge blade. It didn't have to be the same exact pair of scissors, but it could be only pinking shears or only straight edge. You couldn't go from a fancy edge scissors to pinking shears to straight. Anyways, so I went with pinking shears. Excuse me. So this is this little tag spot or tuck spot here. They are 4-ounce jars in a box, and there's 4 of them that I got at Walmart. I had my canner, and I just thought those were adorable, but I had my buttons in it in my craft room, so I kept the box for that. And then the little tag pull out, and I don't know if you can see that. So I used my pinking shears there, and then my fascinator. We could use any stapler we wanted with any color staples, and so I used my fascinator, which I haven't used in forever. My tag is actually the cardboard off of the duct tape roll, and that just tucks in there like that. And then my next page is a wrapper from my husband's morning coffee cookies, and it's the Mother's. And I just did the pinking shears along the edge, and it flips open, and I folded the package over and made a tuck spot. And if you hear clicking, it's my beagle walking around in the kitchen. And so I had to use my elements of paper clips, and I just put a pull tab on there, and it says hi on there. It's from the bubbly sparkling water. And then I used this box, of just sparkling water for a little tag pull out, but it kept falling out, so I was like, okay, I gotta use my elements there. So then that just holds that on there like that so it doesn't fall out, and a little there. My next page is this. It's actually an envelope that my husband got when he opened his bank account a couple of years ago, and so I folded it in half, and I just used my pinking shears on both sides of it, and made a little tuck spot, and saltine crackers, and then I just duct taped it there because it was kind of coming apart anyways, and then duct tape pull tab with my fascinator, and it just opens up like that. So a little pocket journaling spot there. And let's see, next page, this is the inside, and this is out of my magazine. These are actually from 2 different pages, but I hand tore out the page words and put get ready for a good time, little spot, journaling spot, picture spot, whatever. And then she said we could use one book as well. So these book pages are from my dollar store Christmas junk journal challenge, and I coffee dyed those pages, excuse me, and duct taped it to another one back here. And this is a Kleenex box, and I just put some adhesive there to close the part where you pull the Kleenex out. And there's a little pull out in there from a different Kleenex box. And then this is some of the book page and a fascinator staple there. This is, I think, my 4th or 5th junk journal, and I think this is my favorite one so far. And then over here, so this is the white acrylic paint, and I just used a makeup sponge that was used and just kind of wiped it on there. And then this is where my signature ties together, and I just put some pull tabs on there, just kind of dangly there. Here's the other book page where I duct taped it. And then these are actually from the Yogi teas. And I never even, like, I've been drinking Yogi tea for a couple of years now. I didn't realize that the inside of the box had the design on there. It's almost like a Zentangle or something coloring page. So there's 5 of those there, and I just put some acrylic paint and then duct taped them down. This duct tape, by the way, is super hard to cut with pinking shears, especially the blue one. It was super thin. So just did that there, a little waterfall, and then maybe I guess you could put a picture or a journal there or something. And then you flip it over, and there's the back side. And this is from my Quest protein. I don't know if they're protein cookies anyway or whatever, but they're Quest cookies there. And then just fold that down. And then over here is the back side of that envelope from the credit union. And I got a Kit Kat box top from work. And which, if you see my junk journal video of my stash that I was going through, this was in there and explains that. And then a book page that you pull out here. And then this little flower was out of the first magazine. And then this here is the back of my husband's carton, cigarette carton. So, and we could use one ruler. Funny enough, this is the only ruler I used. The only ruler I used was one of those, you know, tear page ruler things. And this is the only piece that I used it on in the entire book. So that just tucks in there. And then the back of the envelope. And then there was the, in my Just Junk Journal, jeez, stash video, I explained this. And this was literally probably, I don't know, a 6, 7, 8 foot piece of corrugated cardboard. And it was black on one side and then corrugated on the other. And I snagged that up before we tossed it at work, because we would toss it. And then just acrylic painted there. And it just tucks in there. So picture journal spot. On the back side of the mother's cookie bag packaging. And this is a UPS envelope. My husband and I used to have a shipping business like 5 years ago, and I kept these envelopes for journaling or scrapbooking, and I've never used them. I was getting ready to toss them. So I stuck that down there, and then this is the back side of one of the cardboard pages, and then this is off the back of the calendar. And it's just the different pages that were in the calendar. Granted, there's a Halloween and a Christmas, but hey, it works, right? So it's like a bookmark or journaling spot or picture spot or what have you. And you flip that over, and then this is the back of the cookie book package. And then this book page, and it just opens up there with some acrylic paint. Sorry, I'm getting out of frame there. Haven't used my camera in years, and I just used the pinking shears on that. And then over here, I just acrylic painted that. And this was going to be a tuck spot, and that's out of the first magazine. But it's super tight, so it's just a, you know, little picture there. It says, "Dare to love yourself as if you were a rainbow with a gold at both ends." Okay, and then you flip it over, and that's the back page of my first signature. And then my second signature, I don't know how I got 3 in here because it's a super small spine. This is life is a truly amazing adventure. Excuse me. So you open it up here, and then I got more of the chocolate bar boxes, the Hershey's, and I cut it in half, and the second half is on the back page. And then this is a little dollar coffee grinder thing that I got at work, the box from it. So there's a tag there, and then it says, and these are, I think, from Separate Sayings as well, "Happy All Day Long," out of that same magazine. It's really hard to find anything out of that magazine as far as like for junk journaling, unless you want a picture of people you don't know. The Reese's box there is my second page in my second signature. And then when I was making this, I remembered I had these pieces here off of 6x9 envelopes from mini albums I've made. And so that's just a little tuck spot there with more of that corrugated cardboard. And I really like how it turned out on that page. Excuse me. And then the back side. And then part of the book page, it's actually sideways purposely. Coffee stained, and then stuck to the Reese's page there. And Then over here we have another one of the book pages duct taped together. And it's funny as I don't think it really matters because you're not going to read it, but I had to make sure the next page was attached to it, which is, I don't know why, but I did. Anyways, so then you open it up here, and then this is from my husband's Pop-Tart box, and I just used the fascinator there. And then this little piece was falling out, so I used a paper clip with another pull tab, and it just pulls out. And this is part of a UPS envelope that I sealed at the top. And then this is Fruz balls. I just found these at one of our locally owned coffee shops, and they're plant-powered energy balls. And they're super yummy, but they don't always agree with you, FYI. You can find them on Amazon, and they're super yummy. Anyway, so that's the front of the package there, and I have the back of it on the back of the envelope. And then I made a little booklet for in there out of the book pages, and I just put some acrylic paint on there and used my pinking shears and my fascinator to staple it. So then that just tucks in there so that it will stay there. That's supposed to hold it there, but I'm not going to fuss with it right now. Shake and bake box. I was making dinner the other night right after this challenge came about, and I was like, yay, keep the shake and bake box. So that's the page there, and then the nutrient facts there, and that's a tuck spot, but again, it's super tight, so nothing there. And the middle of my second signature with more pull tabs, and then more of that sparkling water box. My adhesive choice was not very smart, so I may have to go back and fix that. And then this is actually, so at Joann's they have a generic brand of score tape, and it's Mrs. Sparkle and Company. And it's like $2 a package. But anyways, this is the cardboard from that package, and I just used my fascinator there, and then put some more book pages there for a flip book with some acrylic paint. And that just tucks in there like that. And I didn't do anything with the back page there. And then more of the book page with acrylic paint. And then this is my breakfast from yesterday before my dentist appointment. Was a Quest protein bar. And then a little pull out with the book pages and the fascinator. And then this is more of the Yogi Tea box. So, and it has the Yogi principles on there. I don't know. It's kind of cool. So there's that, and then just more of the design page, box, excuse me, there. And it's funny is, I don't know if you can see that, it's just like my pinking shears, so I didn't have to do that one. The back page there, and then this is the back side of the Reese's page with more of the book page, and then another picture out of the first magazine with a little picture spot or journaling spot, and the back there. And this is back page of my second signature, and I put dazzle them, because why not? Dazzle them. I don't know. And then the Hershey's box there. And then a little pull tag, which is the Pop-Tart box. Tonight he was throwing away a Pop-Tart box. I said, don't throw that away. I can use it for another journal. And of course he looked at me funny. And then the tag pull is off of the Mother's Cookies. Hopefully this video turns out okay. I haven't used my camera in forever, which I've already said that like 3 times. Anyways, and then the back page, nothing on there. And then here's my third signature, and this is actually the front of the calendar. And Life is Good. Oops. It stuck. Life is Good, and then it just has a picture of the rainbow and a couple people riding a bike. And then right here, it had 2017, and it had something there. I don't remember what it was, but so I just duct taped that right there. And so you open it up, and the duct tape over the edge. Of course, you can't see it because I'm out of frame. And then I took a book page and just kind of sloppily, not really sloppily, but just folded it in half, kind of off center, but I like it. And then a soapbox, which Julie, she made a mini Just Junk journal with Irish Spring. Hers was a different scent. I almost said flavor. People laugh at me when I say flavor, but you know. Anyway, so there's that, and then some more of the book pages. This time I wanted to touch it up a little bit more, so I put some of the tops of the magazine there with some acrylic paint. Magazine pages, excuse me. And then the inside is more the calendar, picture of the different calendar pages with a paper clip and a pull tab. And then I had to attach it with that because it was falling out. And this is another part of that box from the canning jars. And funny enough, I didn't notice that was a canning jar shape until just the other day, and I've had those jars for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. And then just open it up there, nothing on that side. And then the pull tab, paper clip to hold it on there, which, okay, so that just goes on there. Obviously I'm putting it on wrong. Doesn't really matter. We'll deal with that later. Okay. Anyways, and then more of the seltzer water box, and I just acrylic painted there, and it opens up. And then I did a little belly band here, and I had to use the paper clip with the pull tab because this here is another UPS envelope. See, it kind of pops up. There's a picture there from the magazine, and this pulls out, and it's the full entire envelope, and I just folded it over, and then it tucks behind the Colgate whitening toothpaste belly band, like that. And then, oh, I think I put that in upside down, but that's okay, whatever. So it's the Saltine Crackers book page there. The rest of the box, because I used it earlier. This is the center of my third signature with more pull tabs. And this is another seltzer, sparkling seltzer water. Because I found that box last night, and I was like, oh yay, another page for my book, because I was running out of ideas with all the junk I had. And then this is the Yogi Tea box, and just acrylic paint there, and that just tucks in there. I have to tell you though, this pinking shears is hard to get tucks behind there. And then over here is another UPS envelope, and I just put some of the Mother's Cookie wrapper there, but it folds out. I attached it here on the flap, and then there's another of the cardboard with more of the calendar pages there. I purposely put them in backwards on that one so that when you see it, you can see the pages. So there's that, and then it folds over, and there's the front of the Saltine box. Excuse me. And the rest of the sparkling cider, sparkling water page. And then this was a bigger print. I don't know why, but there was one page that was bigger print on the back of the calendar, so I cut that out. And then there's a little bookmark, pull tag, whatever you want, a journaling spot, and part of the book page on the back side of the toothpaste box. This video is getting a little long, sorry about that. I'm glad if you stuck with me. I'm almost to the end. Acrylic paint there, and then another page from the book, and more of the calendar pages. And then these, I was putting all my ribbons and whatnot on spools, toilet paper spools to put in storage in my craft room, and these were off of them. So this is actually stretch lace. So this is the papers off of that, but they're open, so I figured they'd be cute little journaling spots there. And they just tuck in there like that. Seam binding and lace. And it flips over there, and there's the other Kleenex box. I had to take the plastic off of there and put a plastic bag that we were going to throw away on the back because the hole was just torn to heck. And then another tag pull out here with the other box there, and my fascinator with more of the Mother's Cookie wrapper there. And then the inside of the last page is part of a Joann's ad that was super expired, and for whatever reason I had it for like 2 or 3 months because this is a Christmas one, so since, you know, November at least. And a little pull out here, and this is from the new Kleenex box. It's a little cardboard that you pull off with more of the book page and the fascinator, and then the back page. So that is my Just Junk Journal challenge submission for the first. I might try and do another one, but we only have like 15 days left. So that's for that one, and like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for stopping by.